following is a special presentation of Payoff Pitch Baseball. In Game 1 of this 1969 runner-up series, the Minnesota Twins came out early. Early in the game, Harmon Killebrew got himself a home run in the first inning, and the Twins added a couple more runs in innings 3 and 4, and completely shut out the Atlanta Braves 3-0 in Game 1 of this 1969 runner-up series. Phil Niekro and Jim Perry both went the complete games. In Game 2, the Minnesota Twins had a very good opportunity to try to take a big lead in the series, but the Atlanta Braves struck right back in Game 2, scoring 2 runs in the third and 3 runs in the fourth, mostly by walks and a couple of timely hits by Rico Cardi, Gonzalez, and Mian. It was a tough loss for Boswell from Minnesota, and Reed got the win, Upshaw got the hole, and Wilhelm took the save, as the Atlanta Braves beat the Minnesota Twins 5-3 to even the series up at 1. Now, after a day of travel, we find ourselves here at Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium, as I welcome you now for Game 3 of the 1969 runner-up series. Hello, everybody. This is Robert from RJL 518 here on Tape Delay, welcoming you to Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium here in Atlanta, Georgia, for tonight's Game 3 of the 1969 runner-up series between the Minnesota Twins and the Atlanta Braves. This is a pivotal Game 3, and the next 3 games here are in Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium, and we will get all 3 games since the series is tied at 1 apiece. Should be a very exciting matchup as the 2 teams are getting ready. They had an off day yesterday, so the bullpens are rested, except for today's starters, who know it should be a very, very important matchup. Today's pitchers for Minnesota will be Bob Miller, and for the Atlanta Braves will be Pat Jarvis, as we get ready to go to the top of the first inning. So here, as we take a look, the field is set and ready to go. The dice is ready. The deck has been shuffled, and we are ready to play Game 3 of the 1969 runner-up series between Minnesota and Atlanta. Let's take a look at the starting lineup first. For the Minnesota Twins, it will be Ted Eulander batting first. Rod Carew will bat second. Tony Oliva will bat third. Harmon Killebrew bats fourth. Rich Reese will bat fifth. Cesar Tovar will bat sixth. Johnny Roseborough gets the call at batting seventh. Leo Cardenas will bat eighth. And Bob Miller will be batting ninth. Defensively for the Atlanta Braves, at first base is Orlando Cepeda. Second base is Felix Mian. The shortstop is Gil Garrido. Third base is Clete Boyer. In left field is Rico Cardi. The center fielder is Tony Gonzalez. The right fielder is some bum by the name of Hank. And that is the hammer I'm speaking about, if you didn't know that already. Behind the plate is Bob Didier. And on the mound for the Atlanta Braves tonight is Pat Jarvis. 13 wins, 11 losses, a 4.43 ERA in 1969. 123 strikeouts, 73 walks. He gave up 25 home runs. He has no wild pitch modifier, so he doesn't throw many balls around. So let's get started here with the top of the first. And leading off for the Minnesota Twins will be Ted Eulander. Both pitchers are starting right-handers. Eulander batted .302 against the right-handers with 7 home runs in 1969. Here's the first pitch as we get this game underway. It is a 9. It is a patient. And it looks like Eulander is going to start with a leadoff walk, and that's what he gets. So Eulander starts the game with a leadoff walk. And he goes to first. That will bring up Rod Carew, will be the next batter. Rod Carew batted .351 against the right-handers. He had 5 home runs, but Rod Carew, not really known much for his power, know much for his contact, and that's what's going to make a difference here in this series so far. Here's the pitch to Carew. This is a 7. This is in play. This is a 40, and he just missed it. That's going to be a ground ball to first base. Carew's double play rating's a 5, and Jarvis's is a 6. It's a 7, so it's going to get the force out at second. Carew is going to be safe at first. Eulander had a 4C steal rating, so I didn't steal with him anyway. But Rod Carew is going to be safe at first, but there is one out on a fielder's choice. And that will bring up Tony Oliva. Oliva batted .335 against the right-handers and 18 home runs. Carew stealing set of 4C. I don't think we're going to steal with him. I think we'll just keep it safe right now and let Oliva bat. He hits well against the righties. Here's the pitch from Jarvis. This is a 6. This is in play. It's a 77. That's going to be a fly ball straight away center field. And Gonzalez is going to get under it and make the catch for the second out. So Oliva flies out to center. And now we will see Hall of Famer Harmon Killebrew. Batted .300. He had 32 home runs against the righties. So Pat Jarvis has definitely got to be a little bit easy with him. He's got to be careful. Killebrew already has a home run in this series. He got the home run in his first at bat in game 1. Here's the pitch to Killebrew. This is a 9. This is a patient. It's an 0-9, and Killebrew is going to draw a base on balls. So another walk as that moves Carew over to second. And the batter now will be Rich Reese. Pat Jarvis had 73 walks in 1969. But Killebrew, however, had 70 walks against right-handed pitchers. So we're already 2 walks, a base hit and a walk in the inning. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Here's Rich Reese. He batted .322 against lefties or righties. And he's a left-handed batter from Minnesota, so it doesn't matter which side of the plate he bats from. The pitch from Jarvis. This is a 9. This is a patient. It's an 89, and that is going to be a ground ball to second base. Mian's going to take it, and he will retire the side, as that is it for the Twins. No runs, a hit, and no errors. Bottom of the first coming up. No score. And now we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Atlanta Braves. It will be Felix Mian batting first, Tony Gonzalez batting second, Hank the Hammer Aaron batting third, Rico Carty batting fourth, Orlando Cepeda batting fifth, Clete Boyer batting sixth, Bob Didier will bat seventh, Gil Garrido will bat eighth, and the pitcher, Pat Jarvis, will bat ninth for the Braves. Defensively for the Twins, and they got a very good defensive team. At first base is Reese. Carew is going to be at second base for this one. Third base is Killebrew, of course. The shortstop is Cardenas. In left field is Ted Eulander. Center field is Cesar Tovar. Right fielder Tony Oliva. The catcher is Johnny Roseborough. And on the mound for the Minnesota Twins will be Bob Miller. 5 wins, 5 losses, a 3.02 ERA. He gave up 9 home runs in 1969. He gets the call for this third game. Now, if you're wondering, I'm using the lineups that were actually used, the 3-game lineups that were used in the 3 games against the NLCS teams. These were the lineups that the Braves used against the Orioles. With the Twins using against the Orioles, with the Braves using against the Mets. Starting on game 4, I'm probably going to make some changes depending on what I see so far in the stats, and I'll see what I come up with. But we go to the bottom half of inning number 1, and here is Felix Mian batting .276 against the righties. Bob Miller, right-hander, and he has 5 home runs. The fans here in Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium are on their feet already. They want to see the Braves come away with a big home win and take a 2-1 series lead. Here's the pitch to Mian. This is a tough on Bob Miller, and that is grounded. It's a base hit for Felix Mian. He fights it off. That's a single. And the fans got something to cheer about early as he gets a base hit. That was a tough pitch. It was well thrown, but Mian knows how to fight off tough pitches. He doesn't strike out much. He only struck out 24 times against right-handed pitching. So that's one of the reasons why his tough rating was actually pretty good. So at 25, he gets himself a single. He'll go to first, and that will bring up Tony Gonzalez. Gonzalez batted .303 against right-handers, 9 home runs. Felix Mian is a 4B to steal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the option. I just want to see here. That's not bad a steal attempt, but I'm going to check the optional get a jump chart. So Felix Mian's his rating is a 4, and Bob Miller's hold is a 5. So 0 to 39, 40 to 44, and then 40 to 99. I'm going to roll and see if he gets the jump. I'm going to see if he gets the jump. And it's a 17. He does get the jump, so there he goes. Attempts. Combined steal letter and catcher arm refer to the stealing. And Tony Gonzalez, his catcher arm is a B. So I get back the chart. I really should have these somewhere. So it is a B4. Actually, his catcher arm is what? Exactly. His catcher arm is, sorry, let's see here. What we got? Roseboro. His catcher arm is a 3. So it's a B3. It's very good. There he goes. We'll draw the card for it. And the very good result is he is safe. Felix Mian gets himself a stolen base as he steals it and goes to second. Stealing, very good, safe. He gets there. And now Gonzalez with a chance to get him with a man in scoring position. Here's the pitch from Miller. This is an 8. This is a tough. It's a 41. And this one is going to be a ground ball to third base. Mian's going to have to hold. They're going to throw to first to get the out. Although his run rating's an 8. But he will hold it second with 1 out already. So 1 out now. Mian's still on at second base. And that brings up a certain hammer we all know of, Hank Aaron. As I said, I always like to say that guy, for the simple reason is how good this guy really was. I mean, really, how good was he? He was a monster. He was one of the best. He was one of the GOATs. That's all I could say about the man. Batted .308 against right-handers and 30 home runs. So Bob Miller has got to be careful with him. Here's the pitch from Miller to Hank Aaron. It's an 11. This is in play. It's an 0-1, and that's going to be a base hit into center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Hank Aaron's going to have himself a clean double. I don't have to draw the card. Mian, of course, easily scores from second base, and the Braves, in the first inning, take a 1-0 lead. The fans got something to cheer about. Hank Aaron's actually been kind of quiet so far in this series, but he goes ahead and puts together a nice hit and has a clean double. He'll go to second and still 1 out here in the bottom of the first, and already 1-0 Braves. And the batter now is Rico Carty. Carty sets up, batting .352 and 10 home runs against right-handers. Here's the pitch to Carty. This is a 12. This is a tough. It's a 54. And that is going to be a fly ball to right field. And it looks like Oliva will make the catch. And that's the second out. Aaron's going to hold because that's a tough. So that's a fly to right field. And that's a second out. Sorry for repeating myself, people. Here's Orlando Cepeda, Hall of Famer. Batted .277 in 1969 with 20 home runs. Another guy that can smack the ball out. Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium's got a very good wheelhouse in both sides. The left-handed and right-handed batters, so especially for the right-handers. So Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium gave up some home runs. Hank Aaron on at second, 2 outs now, bottom of the first. And here is the pitch to Orlando Cepeda. That's a 6. That's a patient. It's a 76, and that is going to be a fly ball straight away center field. Tovar is going to get under it and put it away for the out. and retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. At the end of 1, it's the Atlanta Braves 1 and the Minnesota Twins nothing. We go to the top of the 2nd inning, and the Twins are going to try to get one back here. Leading off from Minnesota will be Cesar Tovar, batted .269 and had 6 home runs. 1-0 already Braves, top of the 2nd. Pat Jarvis sets up on the mound. This is a 6. This is an in play. It's a 70. It's a 71, and that is a fly ball to center field. And it is going to be Gonzalez who makes the catch. 1 out. And that will bring up Johnny Roseboro. This is Johnny Roseboro's first start in the series. Batted .285 with 3 home runs against right-handers. Here's the pitch. This is an 11 off of Jarvis. It's a ballpark, 56. And that, of course, is in the wheelhouse for Roseboro. So let's see what happens here. Re-rolling. Crack. It's a high fly ball by Roseboro. This one is hit deep. This one is hit far. And this one is hit gone. Home run, Johnny Roseboro. Oh, he got all of that one. That was because of Atlanta-Fulton County Fulton County Stadium. As Roseboro just cracks that one out of here. On a clean home run. And the Twins tie it up at 1. Johnny Roseboro, he hit only 3 home runs off of right-handed pitching in 1969, but he got a hold of that one, mostly because of the ballpark. Still 1 out. The batter now will be Leo Cardenas as the Twins tie it up. Here's the pitch. This is a 6. This is in play off of Jarvis. It's a 99. That's a fly ball to left. And that's going to be easily caught by Cardi for the 2nd out. So 2 men down. And now that brings up the pitcher, Bob Miller. Bob Miller uses hitting card number 1. So really this guy probably couldn't hit much. But he will come to bat now against Jarvis with 2 outs here on the top of the 2nd. Here's the pitch. And that is an 8. That is a tough. That is a 74. And usually a tough on pitcher hitting card number 1 is a strikeout. And the side is retired. Twins pick up 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. We're tied at 1 as we go to the bottom half of inning number 2. And Clete Boyer will lead off for the Braves. Boyer batted .236, 11 home runs against right-handers. Fans here at Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium excited so far, and already a couple of runs scored. The first game was pretty much a pitcher's duel at 3-0. Second game, the Twins were up 5-0, and the Braves actually made a game of it in the bottom of in the top of the 9th. So let's see what Boyer can do. And that is a 4 off of Miller. That's a tough. That's a 76. And that's a fly ball to center field. And Tovar is going to make the play for 1 out. One man down for Bob Didier. He batted .255 against the right-handers. No home runs. Bob Miller sets up. Let's see what he comes up with. That's a 3. That's a defense. That's a 29. Let's see where it's going. And that's hit to the second. That's hit to the second baseman. So that's hit to Carew. And that's an error. And that's an error. His error rating's a 3. That is a 29. And that's going to get booted. That's going to be an error. It looks like it bounces off his chest. See what kind of error it is. And it's a single plus 1. So Bob Didier actually gets a base hit. It's a great stop it's actually what it is. It's a great stop by Carew, and he throws the ball away. Batter go, and that means that Didier is going to go to second base, so Carew probably couldn't get a hold of it quick enough. So that error is on Carew. That's an E4. Moves Didier to second base. And with one out, the Braves have a runner in scoring position. A rare error on Carew, but his error rating was a 3. But here at Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium, it could be difficult. That's a single +1. So Didier will go to second. He'll hold. And now we'll see Gil Garrido. He comes up to bat, batting .211 with no home runs against right-handed pitching. So Bob Miller again, a little bit of a jam. Here's the pitch. This is a 6. This is patient. This is an 0-5, and Garrido's going to draw the walk. Base on balls by Garrido. And now runners at first and second with an out. And that brings up Pat Jarvis. Pat Jarvis uses pitcher hitting card number 3. So he's capable, but I think we'll see a sacrifice bunt. Let's see what his bunt rating is. His bunt rating, I believe, is a C. And it is. His bunt rating is a C. And 2-12 sacrifice, so I know I don't have to do anything. But I think with runners at first and second, you risk the chance of a double play. And after talking it over a little bit, they're going to let Jarvis go ahead and sacrifice bunt. So we flip a card. His bunt rating's a C, so let's see what it comes up with. Here's the flip. And it is a sacrifice hit. It works. So there's 2 outs. And the runners advance 1 base. So Didier to third, Garrido on at second with 2 outs now. And now Felix Millan. And Millan got a base hit his last time up. The question is, do you want to go ahead and put him on base, or would you rather pitch to Tony Gonzalez, who actually hits better against right-handers? I think you pitch to Millan and see what happens. Runners at second and third, 2 outs, bottom of the second. Here's the pitch to Millan. That's a 7. That's in play. It's a 15, and that's going to be a base hit by Felix Millan. He gets it out of the infield. That is a single, hard grounder into right field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. Runner on second scores. So that means that Millan goes to first. Didier and Garrido both come in to score. And it is now 3-1 Braves. And the fans are loving it so far here in Atlanta. So 2 runs already in. Millan on at first. And now the batter is Gonzalez. Millan not going to steal. He's got 2 outs on the inning. But 3-1 Braves now. Here's the pitch from Miller. This is a 6. This is a patient. This is 71. And that's going to be a fly ball to center field. Tovar is going to make the catch and end the inning. And the side is retired. 2 runs. 3 hits, 1 error. At the end of 2, it's 3-1 Braves. Timeout. As we go to the top of the 3rd inning. For those of you who watch App O'Brien, I wonder if you'll recognize the scoreboard. I like this little scoreboard so much that I was able to find one on eBay real quick and get the same board. So I love this scoreboard. It doesn't go all the way up to above 10 and stuff like that, but I can use dice to do that. I just think the board was so cute. And I made a few adjustments where I could put the team logos up top. I was getting tired of them blowing off the field. So credit App O'Brien for showing me about the little scoreboard. I think it's perfect. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. It is Braves 3, Twins 1. Ted Uhlaender leads off for Minnesota. He got himself a base hit his last time up. Here's the pitch from Pat Jarvis. That's a 12. That's a tough. That's a 29. And Eulander is going to fight that one off. That's going to be a base hit into right field. A tough, and he still fights it off. Good pitch from Jarvis. And Eulander gets his second hit of the game. He's on it first, and the batter will be Rod Carew. Steal rating of 4C. And Didier's arm rating is a 4. I think he'll hold and let Carew bat. So runner on at first base. Here's the pitch to Rod Carew. This is a 5. This is a tough. It's an 82, and that is going to be a fly ball to center field. And Gonzalez is going to come under it and make the catch for 1 out. And that will bring up Oliva. Oliva flew out his last time up. Eulander still on at first base. Steal rating is a 4. Let's see. Do we want to see if he can still get a jump? Although Oliva bats 335. Nah, don't take the bat out of Oliva's hands. Let the man hit. 335 against the right-handers. You let him hit. Eulander's on it first. Here's the pitch from Jarvis. And that is a defense play. It's a 45. And that's going to be that's hit to second base. That's going to be hit to Mian. And his error rating's a 3. It's a 45. And he's going to make a great play. He makes a great play, and it's a ground ball, double play, A or B. So Mian's range is a C, so he's going to only get the 1 out. Double play, A or B, runner at first, forced out at second base. And so Eulander is thrown out of there, is thrown out at second base. And Oliva is on first. And there's 2 outs. As Mian makes a play, almost bobbled it, but he made a great stop. On a fielder's choice. But now 2 outs for Harmon Killebrew. Oliva on it first, not stealing. Killebrew the batter. The pitch. This is an 8. This is a tough. This is a 57. And this one is going to be a grounded right to second base. And Mian's not going to have any problem with this one. He throws to Garrido covering, and that retires the side. So no runs on 1 hit and no errors. Still 3-1 Braves. And we're going to go to the bottom half of inning number 3. And out comes Bob Miller from Minnesota, and here comes the hammer. Hank Aaron got himself a double his last time up. And the fans here at Fulton County Stadium are enjoying it so far. They're enjoying an early 3-1 lead by Atlanta. Hank Aaron sets into the plate, and the pitch from Miller, that's a 6, that's a patient, that is an 87, and that's a ground ball right to short. Bang, bang, throws to first, 1 out. And that will bring up Carty. Carty flew out his last time up. Miller sets up. And the pitch from Miller. This is a 5. This is in play. It's a 20. It's a 28. Enrico Carty bounces his 1. This is going to go through the infield for a single. Carty gets himself a hit. He'll hold it first on a base hit. And the batter now will be Cepeda. Carty's steal rating 3F, so I'm not sending him anywhere. Here's Cepeda. Miller Gets the sign in from Roseboro. The pitch on the way. This is a 10. This is ballpark. Oh, wait, that's going to be in Cepeda's wheelhouse. Take out the sixes and re-roll. It's in the wheelhouse. It's a 45. Crack. And this one is hit high. This one is hit deep. And this one is hit gone. It's out of here. Orlando Cepeda. He sends this one into center. And the crowd is going nuts and enjoying it. That's a 45 in the wheelhouse. Cepeda hits it. It's a 2-run bomb. And so far, the Braves have scored in every inning. And now lead it 5-1. And Miller having some issues so far. They're gonna go talk to him real quick. But the thing about it is this is off the ballpark card, so it's really not all his fault. But that's what it is. They keep him in there, and still one out here in the bottom of the third. 5-1 Braves. And Clete Boyer coming up. And he flew out his last time up. The pitch from Miller. This is a 9. This is in play. It's an 0-4. And Boyer hits one straight up the middle. And that's going to go all the way. Boyer is going to have himself a 2-bagger. He will hold it second with a double. So he holds at second base, and right now Bob Miller having problem getting anybody out, except for the ground out to Aaron. Cardi, Cepeda, and Boyer have been doing the job. Boyer on at second, and here's Bob Didier. Didier got on base with a single and reached at second with an error. And still one out here in the bottom of the third. Miller sets up, and here's the pitch from Didier. That's a 9. That's in play. That's a 31. He just misses it. Popped it up. Killebrew calling for it. He's going to make the catch. 2 outs. He just missed it. He got a 31. A 30 would have given him a base hit. Two outs now for Gil Garrido. And he got a base hit his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Boyer still on at second. A single. He's got a run rating of 6, but a single will put him in an 8. He'll score. A single will score him. Here's the pitch. This is a 6. This is patient. It's a 38. And Garrido gets himself that single. That's a base hit. Sharp liner, drives run in front of left fielder. Runner on second does score. Garrido holds it first. Boyer comes in. It's now 6-1 Braves. And the fans here at Fulton County are just going absolutely nuts. And Bob Miller has given up 6 runs, which means he is now fatigued. And the batter now is the pitcher, Pat Jarvis. And I'm looking for the fatigue pitcher card that he's at. And I think you'll leave him in there just to see if you can get out Pat Jarvis, the pitcher. The ERA is a 3.02, so it's got to be less. Strikeout per 9 inning is 0.5.9. It's 4.3. So Miller is fatigued, and he will utilize a fatigue pitcher card, but they want to see if they can get him out to see if they can get Pat Jarvis out. And Pat Jarvis uses batting card number 3. So Bob, they're going to leave him in there to see if he can just get one sticking out to the pitcher. 2 outs here. in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch from Miller. That's an 11. That's defense. That's a 52. And that could be a hit to second base. So that is hit to Carew. And Carew's error rating is a 3. And he's going to make the play. He's got it. He throws to second, covering the shortstop covering second. And that will end the inning. And Bob Miller does finally get out of it. That's a ground ball to second base. Side retired. 3 runs on 4 hits and no errors. 3 in the books. It's Braves 6, Twins 1, timeout. Welcome you back here to Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium, going to the top of the 4th. The Braves lead the Twins 6-1, a much different game than we've had the last couple. Pat Jarvis comes on the mound for Atlanta. I'd like to remind you that tomorrow night's game between these Braves and Twins will be Game 4 of this series, and that will be streamed. It will be live. So it'll be Saturday Night Baseball Game of the Week, Game 4 of this 1969 runner-up series between the Braves and the Twins. And right now the Braves looks like they might be up to a 2-1 lead, but there's still lots of baseball to play. Pat Jarvis comes onto the mound, and leading off for the Twins in the top of the 4th will be Rich Reese. Reese grounded out his last time up. This is a 10. This is a patient. It's a 66. And that is a ground ball to short. And a very easy play by Garrido, who throws to first. 1 out. And the crowd is loving it so far today. Here's Tovar. Tovar flew out his last time up. The pitch from Jarvis. This is a tough. It's a 96, and that's a well-hit ball to left field. But Carty's got plenty of room. 2 down. And now the batter is Roseboro. Roseboro, his last time up, hit a home run. Roseboro did come in to pinch hit in Game 2, but his first at-bat here in this game was a homer. So they know Roseboro's got some power, though he only hit 3 home runs against right-handed pitching, but that's what happens when you play in a ballpark like Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium, with a wheelhouse on the left side of 1-77 and a right side of 1-97. Talk about a power rally. Here's the pitch from Jarvis. This is a 10. This is a patient. It's a 22, and Roseboro's going to draw a walk as he gets on base for the second time tonight. And that will bring up Leo Cardenas. The Twins would like to get Cardenas on base because Bob Miller fatigued. They'll probably bring in a new pitcher for the Twins in the bottom of the 4th inning. So if Cardenas can get on base, they can pinch hit and not waste a pitcher for 1 inning possibly. But we'll see. Cardenas at the plate, and he flew out his last time up. That's a 12. That's a tough. That's an 06. And that is a strikeout. And the inning is over as Jarvis does the job. No runs, no hits, a walk, no errors. Bottom half of the 4th coming up. And the Braves lead it 6-1. So now the Twins have to make a little bit of a change here, as Bob Miller is out. And they're going to go to the bullpen, and they need a long reliever, if anything. And looks like coming in to pitch from Minnesota will be Dick Woodson. I'll have Woodson come in to pitch. So Miller right now is done for the day. Woodson has a fatigue rating of long, so he could go 3 innings without a problem. And he uses batter hitting card number 1, so that still remains. We'll see if he can eat some innings. But we're in the bottom of the 4th inning, And the Braves lead the Twins 6-1. And leading off for Atlanta is Felix Millan. As he's had a good day, he is 2 for 2. And here's the pitch to Millan. That's a 6. That's a tough. That's a 27. And Millan fights this one off. It's going to be another base hit from Millan. He gets his 3rd hit of the game, another single. And I believe that was also another off the tough. They're throwing good pitches to Millan, and he's just fighting them off. Base hit. He holds it first. The batter now is Gonzalez. And now with a 5-run lead, you're not stealing. So here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez is 0 for 2. The pitch from Woodson, that's a 12. That's defense. That's a 65. And that's hit to the shortstop. So that is hit to Cardenas. And his defense rating is an A. So that's not going to be, and he threw a 65, so that's not going to be a problem. That's a clean out. Let's see what kind of out it is. It's a ground ball plus advance. So batter out at first. Other runners advance 1 base. So Millan gets the second. His only play was the first base. But there is 1 out. On a fielder's choice. And 1 down. And the batter now will be Hammerin' Hank. Millan on at second base. 1 out here. The fans here at AFCS would love to see Aaron hit 1 out. Here's the pitch. It's a 6. It's a tough. It's an 86. And that's a ground ball to shortstop. He's going to take it. He's going to throw to first for the 2nd out. And Millan has to hold at second base since it was hit to short. So 2 outs. So now we will have Rico Cardi coming up to bat. Millan staying close to second. Another run there. Dick Woodson trying to pitch a good inning here. But so far, Felix Millan is having a heck of a game. 2 outs, though. Here's the pitch to Cardi. That's an 11. That's a patient. That's a 29, and that's a walk. A walk given up to Cardi. Runners at first and second now for Orlando Cepeda. And he hit a home run his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Fans here on their feet. They want to see Cepeda blast another one. Dick Woodson from Minnesota in relief from Miller, trying to get an inning here where the Braves have not scored. They have scored all 3 innings so far, 1, 2, and 3. Here's the pitch to Cepeda. That's a 7. That's in play. It's a 43, and that is a ground ball to third base. And Killebrew's just going to tag the bag and end the inning right there. For the first time in a ball game, the Braves do not score. And the side is retired. It was well hit, but Killebrew made a heck of a play. Pretty much maybe guarding the line. Might have been guarding the line, but he holds there, tags the bag, ends the inning. 4 in the books. It is still Braves 6, Twins 1. We go to the top of inning 5. Pat Jarvis will come out, get on the mound. And Dick Woodson is going to have to bat. He uses hitting card number 1. He will have to bat. The Twins need to keep the bullpen fresh. Already down 6-1. Maybe they can come back, but you could always be thinking there is tomorrow. There is game 4 tomorrow here at Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium. Here's the pitch from Jarvis. This is a 5. This is a tough, and we all know what that means. Strikeout. 1 down. Top of the batting order now for Ted Uhlaender. Uhlaender is actually 2 for 2. He's got 2 base hits. So let's see what he can do. Jarvis sets on the mound. Here's the pitch. This is a 6. This is in play. It's an 11, and that's going to be another base hit for Ted Uhlaender. He gets a single. He goes to first, and that's his third base hit of the game. And now here's Carew. Uhlaender not stealing. You're down 5 runs. Carew, however, got on a fielder's choice and flew out. So now Rod Carew's got to try to come through here. Rod Carew, got to come through. Here's the pitch. It's a 2. It's a tough. It's a 13, and that is a strikeout. 2 down. Big strikeout by Jarvis to get one of the best hitters in baseball. And now it'll be up to Tony Oliva. Oliva got on a fielder's choice and flew out. Uhlaender on first. Fans here would like to see Jarvis. And Jarvis, remember, 1969, 13 wins, 11 losses, 4.43 ERA. He's only given up 1 run so far in this game. I always figure playoffs much different than regular season. Here's the pitch from Jarvis. This is a 6. This is in play. It's a 30, and that one's going to be a base hit by Oliva. He gets this one. That's a single. It's a line drive into left field. Runner on first advances 1 base. His run rating is an 8. There are 2 outs. He's going to go to third. And Oliva holds it first. So now runners at the corners with 2 outs for the Killebrew. Ted Uhlaender was off with the pitch, so he makes it to third easily. Now runners at the corners. So now the Twins have a big chance to try to get some runs in. Pat Jarvis, here I am mentioning his ERA. Now it's a possibility to kick up some runs. And here's Killebrew. What a terror he was at the plate. Jarvis gets the sign from Didier. The windup in the pitch. This is a 7. This is in play. It's a 46. And that's going to be a ground ball to third base. Boyer's got it, throws to second, and Jarvis gets out of a jam. And the crowd is going crazy. And they are really showing Pat Jarvis some love. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. Bottom half of inning number 5, still 6-1 Braves. Dick Woodson coming in for his second inning of work. And it will be Clete Boyer batting for Atlanta. Funny thing is, Clete Boyer here in 1969 is playing for the Braves. I just got my 1973 and my 2018 card sets. Guess who I found on the Minnesota Twins? Clete Boyer. He played on the 73 Twins. Here's Dick Woodson now trying to get another good inning here to keep Atlanta honest as the Twins continue to see if they can hold off. Here's the pitch to Boyer. This is a 9. This is in play. It's a 24. And Boyer's going to get himself a base hit. That's a single for Boyer. The Braves got some hits so far. That's their 11th hit of the game. Boyer on at first. The batter is Bob Didier. Again, up 5 runs, you're not stealing. Here's the pitch. That's a 6. That's a tough. That's a 48. And almost got this one. But nope, this is going to be a ground ball to third. Didier's double play rating is a 5. Woodson's double play rating is an 8. It's a 6. So the throw goes to second. Boyer is out. Didier at first. And there is 1 down. As he gets on there by fielder's choice. And that will bring up Gil Garrido. His only play was the second. So Garrido comes up now. And he's having a good night himself too. He's got 2 singles. He's 2 for 2. Gil Garrido having a fine night here in Atlanta. Zadier's got a steal rating of 2A. But he's still not going anywhere. You're up 5 runs. Let the man hit. Here's the pitch. This is a 4. This is ballpark 24. That's going to be in the wheelhouse. Take the white dice out. We re-roll. Here's the pitch again to Garrido. That's a 37, and that is going to be, well, Garrido had no home runs, and even though it's in the wheelhouse, it's a ground ball to third. It's a ground ball to third. The only play is going to be at second because the only play, well, that was a 4, right? That was a ballpark. Yeah, so that's ballpark. That was a 4. So Gil Garrido's double play rating is a 7. Woodson's double play rating is an 8. Throws to second, throws to first, double play, side retired. Dick Woodson. I got to be careful to move the dice when I do that. But I remember it was a ballpark, and his only ballpark rating's a 4, so he has a double play. A 5-4-3. To end the inning. Oh, Garrido almost had it. It was in the wheelhouse. But he had never had a home run. And with that 37 rating, 37 roll, he just misses it. And the inning is done. Still 6-1 Braves. And we're going to go top of inning number 6. No runs. And there was 1 hit and no errors. So out comes Pat Jarvis again for Atlanta in the top of the 6th inning, and Rich Reese will bat. 6-1 Atlanta here. Game 3 of the 1969 runner-up series. 1-1 series tie. The 2 teams that didn't make it to the World Series in 1969. I felt this would be a good series to play because of the lineups. Rod Carew and Harmon Killebrew against Hank Aaron and Orlando Cepeda. Come on, that's pretty good. 4 Hall of and Phil Niekro pitching for Atlanta. 5 Hall of Famers. Not too bad. Here's Rich Reese from Minnesota. That's a 7. That's going to be in play. That's a 58, and that's a fly ball to left. And he is going to be out as Cardi puts it out. 1 down. Here's Cesar Tovar. Tovar's flown out twice. He's 0 for 2. The pitch to Tovar. It's an 8. That's a tough. I'm sorry, that's a tough on Jarvis. That is a 38. And Tovar does not fight this one off. He pops this one up. And calling for it is Garrido. He makes the catch. Popped out to shortstop. 2 down. And now we'll see Roseboro. Roseboro is 1 for 1 with a home run and a walk. Pat Jarvis pitching very well. But here's Roseboro, definitely a threat. Jarvis gets the sign. There's the pitch. That's a 9. That's going to be a patient. That's a 34. And Roseboro's going to get this one into the outfield. That's going to be a single. Roseboro gets himself a base hit. Holds it first and will bring up Leo Cardenas. Still 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Roseboro not going anywhere. And here's the pitch to Cardenas. That's an 11. That's ballpark 75. And that's in the wheelhouse. That's an 11. So here, once again, here's the roll to Cardenas in the wheelhouse. That's a 20. Crack. And that one is hit high. That one is hit deep. And yes, people, that one is hit gone. It's out of here. Leo Cardenas. That was right where Jarvis didn't want to put it. And Cardenas just sends this one clean out of here. Two-run homer. And the Twins trying to make a game of it. And the score is now 6-3, Atlanta. And that brings up the picture, Dick Woodson. And with 2 outs, you let him bat. If there was like 1 out or so, I might make a pitching change. But you're down 6-3. And Woodson, you need him to go at least another inning before you can really think about the bullpen. I don't think you make a pitching change here. Let him bat. With 2 outs, as I said, I think 2 outs, you let him hit. Here's the pitch to Woodson. That's a 9. That's a patient. That's a 44. And that is going to be a ground ball to third. And a nice play by Boyer as he throws it over to first on an easy routine ground out. And the inning is over. For the Twins, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It's Braves 6, Twins 3. We still got ourselves a game, people. As we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning, leading off for the Braves will be Pat Jarvis. And what a blast that was by Leo Cardenas. But Jarvis will come up to bat. Got to play 60s baseball. Didn't make all these pitching changes like we do now today. Dick Woodson is now in his 3rd inning of relief, and he hasn't allowed a run. So he could still pitch if he wants to. He hasn't allowed a run yet, even though he's reached his fatigue inning. Here's the pitch from Woodson. That's a 71, and we know what that is. Yes, people, it's a strikeout. 1 down. And now the batter is Felix Millan, and he is having an awesome day. 3 for 3, 3 singles and a stolen base, scored once. So now Dick Woodson has to deal with Millan, who right now looks like he might have been, I don't know, maybe he drank a good bottle of water or something. I don't know. Here's the pitch from Woodson. That's a 6. That's a tough. That's a 59. This time he doesn't fight this one off. This is grounded to second. Carew throws to first, and that is the 2nd out. And that is the first time Millan's been thrown out, has gotten out on a tough. He has gotten on base off of every tough. 2 outs, and now Gonzalez. Gonzalez is 0 for 3. Fielder's choice, flew out, grounded out. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez. That is an 8. That's a tough. That's a 38. And Gonzalez is just going to miss that. That's going to be grounded to third. And Killebrew is going to throw across the diamond to get the out. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think that is a 1-2. I think that's the first 1-2-3 inning. Although the Braves did get on base and then a double play ended it. But that really is the first 1-2-3 inning. So nothing across. 6 in the books. Still, Braves 6, Twins 3. We go to the top of inning 7. Timeout. Top half of the 7th coming up. Here comes Pat Jarvis for the Braves. Get the scoreboard in there better for you guys to see. And leading off for the Twins here on the top of the 7th is Ted Uhlaender. Uhlaender also having a great night. He's also 3 for 3, 3 singles. Just like Felix Millan. So the leadoff hitters here in Atlanta are having great nights. Pat Jarvis is yet to get Uhlaender out. Let's see what happens here. That's a tough. That's a 32, and he still won't get him out. That's a base hit by Uhlaender. He still gets on base. Jarvis is just, he's looking up into the sky and saying, what do I do? What do I got to do to get this guy out? Another base hit by Uhlaender. He's safe at first. Now 6-3. Do you think what's the steal chances of 4C? I don't think so. I think you let Rod Carew do the job. So Uhlaender's not going to steal. even though the score is now 6-3. And here's Carew. Carew, however, he is 0 for 3. So Jarvis had a good day against Carew. Here's the pitch to Carew. This is a 10. This is a patient. It's a 41. And Carew's going to get himself a base hit. That's a single. Hard grounder into left field. The runner on first advances one base. Eulander will hold. He has a run rating of 8. But with nobody out, you hold at second base. And now Jarvis is in a jam with runners at first and second and no one out. And the batter is Oliva. And now Didier is going to go talk to Pat Jarvis. There is some action in the Braves bullpen here in the top of the 7th. Oliva has one single, flew out, and a fielder's choice. Now they settle Pat Jarvis down. Runners at first and second. No one out, top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. This is a 7. This is in play. It's a 60. Oh, that's right on it. So I got to shake it a little bit and see what it ends at. It's going to be a 66. Does that make a difference? In play. No, that's a ground ball to shortstop. It's a G6. Oh, that's a 7, so his double play rating is a 5. Jarvis's double rating is a 6. It's a 7. The only play is to second base. So Carew is out. Eulander goes to third. Oliva's on at first. But now one out on a fielder's choice. And now the batter is Killebrew. And this is the guy you don't want to face. Infield's going to remain back. It's only 6-3. If you can get a double play, that'd be great. So here's Killebrew. Killebrew, however, has got a walk and 2 ground outs. Jarvis gets the sign. Killebrew steps in the plate. Fans here are a little anxious here in Atlanta. The pitch on the way. That's a 9. That's a patient. That is an 84. And that is a ground ball to shortstop. On a 9, Killebrew, double play rating 6. Jarvis' double play rating is 8. It's higher. That's going to be the only play is to second. So Oliva is out. Killebrew goes to first. Eulander scores, and it's now 6-4. As the infield played back to try to get the double play, but they couldn't quite get it. But now there are 2 outs as they played for the out. Another fielder's choice, but Eulander does come in. And now it's 6-4 with Rich Reese coming up. Killebrew, a definite stealing threat, but with 2 outs, no. And not when you have a batter that bats .322 against right-handers. Rich Reese definitely can do this. Here's the pitch. It's a 3. It's a defense. It's a 69. And that ball is hit to the shortstop area. That's hit to Garrido. Garrido's range on... That's a range. That's an F. I don't know if he's going to get it. 69. And yes, he just makes the play. He just gets there. Throws to second and just gets it. What a play by Garrido. His range is an F. He needed a 60, at least 67. You get a 69. He's out at second. And the Twins get out of the inning with only giving up a run. And the fans are giving Garrido a great ovation after that play. And that could easily have been an error. But he gets out of the jam. And the side is retired. So a run scores, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. 7th inning stretch time. Braves 6, Twins 4. I'll be right back, everyone. I hope everybody enjoyed a little bit of a seventh inning stretch there. Of course, since it's being recorded, you guys really didn't have any time, where I took a couple of minutes just to rest and regroup here. As I want to say before I go to the bottom half of the seventh inning, I just want to say this is payoff pitch baseball. And for those of you who are watching this that are kind of undecided of thinking of getting this game, this is I'm not going to put down any games. I'm not going to put down Stratomatic, APA, inside pitch, uh, you know, full count baseball, whatever there is out there. I'm not going to put any ghost games down. This is what I like about this game. The pitcher and batter card is used on 90 to 95% of every die roll. You must read off the pitcher's card, and then it goes to the hitter's card. On some of these games, you don't even get a chance. So on Stratomatic, you roll a die. The pitcher's card is read off. The batter didn't get a chance. APA, same thing, and they abstract the pitching grades. I don't know. That's just me. I just think this. I mean, is this perfect? Is this perfect? Of course not. It's got a few issues. Okay, but what game doesn't? And I'm actually playing this as rules is written, with maybe one little slight thing I wanted to do. I did download an optional rare play chart with bases empty. And the only thing I really do on certain plays is lineouts. But other than that, everything stays the same. And look at the exciting game we're getting here. And the thing about the fast action cards, you can use fast action cards only, you can use dice only, or you can use both. And you can use anything that requires a die roll, you roll the dice. Anything that requires a single double or a range or sack bone or stealing, pick a card. I think this is great. I think this. I'm not saying it's the best game out there, but as far as I'm concerned, it's the best for me. I got more seasons coming, and trust me, he's working on a lot more. Yeah, there's only about 22 seasons, about 24 seasons available. But Joe Bryan, who is the creator of this game, is constantly working on more. He's got a 1921 season coming, and he's working on the 1986 season next. And that season, I'm probably going to do a full replay with the Mets. And I can't wait for that one. And that's all there is to it, people. I just think this is one of the best systems that are out there. No system is perfect. Absolutely. No system is perfect. But this one I think is perfect for me. I just love how it plays and how it flows. So let's go to the bottom of inning number 7. It's Braves 6, Twins 4. We got ourselves a good ball game now. And leading off for the Braves will be Hammerin' Hank. He has a base hit, but grounded out twice. Dick Woodson will stay on the mound. He has not given up a run. He will stay on the mound. He is due to bat 4th in the 8th. So the Twins would like to see if he can go one more inning at least. There's the pitch to Aaron. That's an 8. That's a tough. That is a 71, and that's a fly ball to center field. Tovar is going to make the play. 1 out. And the batter will be Rico Carty. Carty has a walk, a single, and flew out, and he scored a run. Let's see what Woodson can do for the Twins. 6-4. It's close now, as the Twins have battled back to make it interesting. Here's the pitch from Woodson. This is a 9. This is in play. That's a 60, and that's a ground ball to second base. Carew's got it. Throws to first for the second out. And now we have Cepeda. Cepeda. He is 1 for 3, but that 1 is a home run. He had a home run, and I believe that was inning number. He had a home run, I believe, in the second. So here's Cepeda, but now 2 outs here. Dick Woodson doing a good job in relief. Here's the pitch. This is a 9. This is in play. It's a 27, and Cepeda is going to knock one into center field. That's going to be a base hit. It's a single. He holds it first, and will bring up Clete Boyer. Cepeda not stealing. He ain't going anywhere. Let Boyer hit. Boyer having a pretty good game himself, though. He is. Let's see here. He got a double. He flew out, and he reached base on fielder's choice. So Boyer at the plate. Here's the pitch to Cepeda. That's a 6. That's a tough. That's a 28, and that is out on strikes. And the side is retired. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. Still 6-4 Braves. As the fans here in Atlanta are enjoying it, but now a little bit more anxious since the Twins have now gotten closer. We go to the top of the 8th. Pat Jarvis. This is his fatigue inning, and he's allowed 4 runs. So now they got to, I guess they got to bring a relief pitcher. So Jarvis is going to come out. He is due to bat third. The Twins have 2 righties and a lefty coming up. And coming on to pitch for the Twins, for the Braves, will be Hoyt Wilhelm. 2 wins, no losses, 0.73 ERA. Hoyt Wilhelm was on that 25-man roster, so that's why I'm using him, even though his card's a little bit stacked. His fatigue rating is long, though. He pitched 12 innings. He will pitch here in the 8th for the Braves. Leading off, though, for the Twins is Cesar Tovar. Tovar is 0 for 3. Flew out twice and popped out. Here's the pitch from Wilhelm. That's an 8. That's a tough. That's a 76. And that is a fly ball to center field. And it will be Gonzalez making the catch. 1 out. Here's Johnny Roseboro. And his first game in the series, at least starting, has been excellent. A home run, a single, and a walk. He is 2 for 2. Wilhelm gets the sign. Knows he's got to be patient, careful to Roseboro. He's very dangerous. Here's the pitch. It's a 6. This is a tough. It's a 71. And that is another fly ball to center field. And Gonzalez will make that catch for 2 down. So 2 outs for Leo Cardenas. Cardenas hit a home run his last time up, a 2-run homer, and made it 6-3 at the time. Hoyt Wilhelm trying to get it done. Cardenas, he can hit it off a tough, though. Here's the pitch. This is a 9. This is a tough. It's a 95, and that is a fly ball to left field. And it will be Cardi who will make the catch. 3 straight batters, 3 straight flyouts, 1-2-3 inning, and that does it there. So Hoyt Wilhelm gets the job done, at least in that inning. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, still 6-4. Dick Woodson is scheduled to lead off the top of the 9th. Woodson has still not reached his fatigue, so he will stay out there for another inning. But they will be on a short leash in case things get interesting. But here's Bob Didier. He will lead off for the Braves. Didier on a base hit, a fielder's choice, and popped out to third. A big inning here for the Twins. They must keep it close. Keep it at 6-4. Here's the pitch to Didier. That's a 4, and that's in the ballpark. 93. That's a switch. He's a switch hitter, so it's going to be from the left side, and that's going to be in play. That would have been wheelhouse if he hit against a right-handed batter, but Woodson's a righty, so Bob Didier would hit from the left. That's in play. Let's see what happens, what it comes up as. That's a 20, and yep, that is going to be a base hit for Didier. He does get a single. He goes to first. And the batter will be Gil Garrido. Garrido's got a good night tonight. He's 2 for 3. 2 base hit, 2 singles, and a ground out. So here's Garrido coming up now. Didier on at first. Stealing a threat, a bit of a stealing threat. And with a 211 batter, you might think about this. His jump rating, though, was only a 2 against Woodson's hold rating, which is a 5. And I'm going to check the jump chart. to see what it would be. Hold rating's a 5. Steal rating's an A, and the arm rating of Roseboro is a 3. So that would be an A3. I'm going to roll for the attempt. So let's see what it comes up with. That's an 0-1. He gets it. That's an attempt. And there he goes. He's off and running the second. He's off and running the second. He's an A. Roseboro's a 3, so an A3. So that is an excellent. So we flip the card to C, and he is safe. And pretty much we already knew that was going to happen. So Bob Didier will steal on a stolen base. He got the jump off of Dick Woodson. His hold rating's only a 5. So Didier steals second. He's on now in scoring position with Gil Garrido at bat. And now a big run in scoring position. 6-4 Braves, bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Garrido from Woodson. That's a 9. That's in play. It's a 91. That's a fly ball to left field. Eulander will come under it, make the catch. Didier's run rating's a 6. He has to hold. 1 out. And we'll see a pinch hitter in for Wilhelm. Wilhelm's hitting is a 3. But we'll see a pinch hitter. You got a big run at second base. If there was nobody out, I'd probably let Wilhelm bat. So Wilhelm's going to be done. Woodson's a righty, so let's see who we can bring in. And coming on to bat with a .271 batting average against right-handers will be Mike Lum. Lum will pinch hit for the Braves with a runner on second. 1 out here, bottom of the 8th. Woodson trying to hold it. Here's the pitch to Lum. That's a 6. That is tough. It's a 58. And that is going to be a fly ball to left field. Eulander is going to make the play. 2 outs. So a leadoff single and then stolen base so far. And the Braves have not been able to take advantage of it. And now the batter, though, is Felix Millan. He is 3 for 4. 3 singles, a run scored. A real big chance for Millan. He's been hot tonight in the tough category. But Dick Wood, the question is, do you want, now he's been hot, but Gonzalez, the guy ahead of him, is 0 for 4. And he bats 303. So do you pitch to the hot guy, or do you go ahead and do you walk him? You know what? I was always taught you don't walk in the playoffs. They're going to pitch. Dick Woodson on the mound. Big bat at bat right now. Here's the pitch. That's a 5. That's a patient. That is a 61. And that is a ground ball to second base. Caru's going to get it. He'll throw to first. And the side is retired. So no runs. 1 hit. No errors. It's still Braves 6, Twins 4. As we go to the top of the 9th inning. So the Braves could not take advantage of it. And the Braves will go to the bullpen. And of course you bring in the closer. And for the Braves, that's Cecil Upshaw. So coming into pitch for Atlanta is Cecil Upshaw. 6 wins, 4 losses, 2.91 ERA, 27 saves. Now, I'm going to go back. Upshaw did get credit for a hold in the last game. But we're in the top of the ninth. So it's up to Cecil Upshaw to shut the Twins down. He's got the pitcher, Eulander, and Carew leading off. And, of course, we'll see a pinch hitter for Woodson. So he's done. Upshaw's a righty. And in this case, you're going to bring in the best guy against that, and that's going to be Rick Rennick. So coming on to bat for the Twins, Rick Rennick, 262 in an batting average, 1 home run against righters. So Cecil Upshaw try to close the game out. Fans here on their feet. Big game here. Remember, tomorrow night, game 4 of this series, Twins versus Braves. I will stream it. Probably, I'm thinking maybe either mid-afternoon or early evening. Here's the pitch to Rennick. It's a 5. It's a tough. It's a 21, and that is a strikeout. 1 down. And the fans are loving it. And now here's Ted Eulander, who has been impossible to get out. He is 4 for 4 with a run scored. Ted Eulander having a heck of a day, but now the Twins really need him to come through. Upshaw stares in. Didier gives him the sign. Eulander, 4 for 4 tonight. Here's the pitch. That's an 11. It's in play. It's 22. And guess what? He's 5 for 5. Base hit. Eulander completely zoned in. Another single. And it brings the tying run to the plate. Ted Eulander having a heck of a night. He's 5 for 5. And now Rod Carew. He, on the other hand, is 1 for 4. Got a base hit, fielder's choice, flied out, and struck out. So now Rod Carew's got to come through with a big hit on Cecil Upshaw. Eulander not stealing, 4C. He's not going anywhere. You're down 6-4. Don't take the bat out of Carew's hands. Eulander on it first. Here's Carew at the plate. Upshaw trying to get the save. The windup, the pitch. It's a 6. It's a tough. It's a 46. And Carew fights it off. That's a base hit. It's a single. Line drive into left field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. Eulander goes to third. Carew holds it first. Still 1 out. And now the tying run is at first and the go-ahead run is at the plate. And now here's Tony Oliva. Oliva, fielder's choice, he has 1 base hit, 2 fielder's choices, and a fly out. He is 1 for 4. Cecil Upshaw trying to close it. His fatigue rating is long. With a 2-run lead, you think he'd be able to hold it. Eulander on at third. Carew on at first. But 1 out. They are playing the infield back. The runner on third doesn't mean anything. They're going to be looking for the double play or to get the out. Oliva's double play rating, though, was a 5. It'll be very difficult to get him. He's got good speed. Cecil Upshaw stares in. Here's the pitch to Oliva. It's a 7. It's in play. It's a 21. That's a base hit by Oliva. The ball is blooped into right field. Runner at first advances 1 base. Eulander will score. And we now have a 6-5 game. Just like last like game 2 when the Twins were down 5-0, they scored 3 in the ninth. The Twins are now one run away from tying this up, and with 1 out, runners at first and second. Wow. And the fans here are stunned a little bit because now, guess who's up? Harmon Killebrew. Runners at first and second. They're going to talk to Cecil Upshaw. That's 1 run. He's not reached fatigue. But Upshaw, I'm going to check the bullpen. I don't know. Do I want to keep him in there? Problem is the rest of the bullpen is still kind of meh. And Killebrew's a right-hander. You got to leave Upshaw in there, right on right. So still 1 out here, top of the ninth. Braves 6, Twins 5. Carew at second, Oliva first, Killebrew at the plate. We know what he can do. Fans here, anxious. 1 out. Upshaw, the pitch. It's an 8. It's a patient. It's a 60. And it's a walk. Whoa. It's a walk. And the bases are loaded. And the bases are loaded for Rich Reese. 1 out, top of the ninth. Carew at third, Oliva second, Killebrew first. Reese now at the plate. He bats .322 against either side. It don't matter to bring in anybody else. Upshaw, they're going to leave him in there. Although Reese is a lefty. Got to think about this for a second. And I really think that's going to be all. Upshaw's not done it. You got to win this game 6-5. That's going to be it for Upshaw. He's done. They're going to take him out, and coming into pitch for Atlanta will be Paul Doyle, a lefty. Doyle, 2 wins, no losses, 2.08 ERA. It'll be left on left with 1 out. The infield is in. Paul Doyle will come in to pitch to Reese. He bats .322, 6 home runs against lefties. Oh boy, fans here. Can't believe this. 6-5 now. Here's the pitch to Reese. It's a 9. It's a patient. It's a 72. It's a ground ball to short. We have an infield in play. It's a 9. It's a 9. The ball sneaks past the drawn-in infield. Batter safe. Runners advance 1 base. We got a tie game. And the fans can't believe it. The ball sneaks past the drawn-in infield. Batter safe. Runners advance 1 base. And we got a tie game. Carew scores. Oliva to third. Killebrew to second. Reese to first. They played the infield in. A 9 was rolled on a ground out, and it sneaks through. And still 1 out. And that was because of the infield in. The thing was, that made a difference. If it wasn't, the double play rating's a 5. Doyle's double play rating's a 10. It was a 9. So it still would have been a force out at second. The tying run still would have scored. But it would have been 2 outs. But now 1 out and a sacrifice fly to give the Twins the lead here in the top of the 9th inning. And here's Cesar Tovar. Paul Doyle comes in, but the drawn-in infield the ball sneaks past. Tovar the batter. Bases still loaded, 1 out. Why is it I always seem to get the crazy games? Here's the pitch. It's a 10. That's in play. It's a 51. The infield is still in, and that's a fly ball to right. That's going to Aaron. He makes the play, and that is in play. Oliva, run rating a 7. And on an in play, all runners are supposed to hold. Oliva with a run rating of 7. Let's see I'm going to see what kind of a fly ball it was, and it's a short fly. So Oliva with a run rating of 7, for him to score, runner on third base may attempt to score the initial -2 adjustment to his run rating. So his run rating would be a 5. The ball was hit to Aaron. Aaron's arm rating is a 9. And the batter is Roseboro. And I think, you know what? I think you do hold here. You hold. Johnny Roseboro has been hitting very well tonight. Let him hit. 2 outs. Oliva still at third. Killebrew second. Reese first. Roseboro at the plate. Paul Doyle trying to get this game out of the way. Trying to close it now. But now they're trying to keep it tied up to go to the bottom of the 9th inning, as we're going to have some more baseball to play. I'll ask it again, why is it I always get the crazy games? Oliva third, Killebrew second, Reese first, Roseboro plate, Paul Doyle with the pitch. It's a 3. It's a defense. It's a 52. The ball is hit to center field. That is hit to Gonzalez. Gonzalez's range. That's a range. Oh my God, it's an F. And the roll's a 52. That's a base hit. That is a base hit as Gonzalez can't get to it, as Atlanta's fielding ratings now hurt. Base hit for Roseboro. And that is a double as it goes all the way to the wall. All 3 runs scored. Johnny Roseboro smacks this. There was no way that Gonzalez could get to it. His range in center field is an F. All the way to the wall. Roseboro's on second. 3 runs score, and the Twins now lead it 9-6. And the fans here can't believe it. The Twins put 5 runs in the top of the 9th inning. And the Twins dugout is just going crazy as the Atlanta bullpen completely blows up. And that's going to be it for Doyle. And the batter now is Leo Cardenas with 2 outs and a runner on second. So Doyle is out. He gives up 3 runs. And coming into pitch for the Braves is going to be Jim Britton. 7 wins, 5 losses, 3.75 ERA. And here's Leo Cardenas. Cardenas hit a home run, flown out twice and struck out. The fans here in Atlanta can't believe it. Cardenas at the plate, Britton trying to get this inning over. Here's the pitch. And that is a 4. That's a ballpark. 45. That's in Cardenas' wheelhouse. We got to re-roll. Here's the pitch to Cardenas. It's a 55 in the wheelhouse, and that is going to be a base hit by Cardenas. He gets a single. It's a long single in the gap in center field. Runner on second scores. Roseboro comes in. And yes, people, I got to bring out a 20-sided die. As the score is now 10-6. Keep this here. Like that there. Minnesota Twins 10, Atlanta Braves 6. Can you absolutely believe this? And the Twins have batted around. And I got to bring back the batter, and Rick Rennick is going to get another crack. Rick Rennick was the man who led off. He struck out to start the inning. And the Twins put 6 runs here in the top of the 9th inning. It's still not done. 2 outs. And here's Rick Rennick again to get another crack. Here's the pitch from Britton. Rick Rennick was 262 against right-handers. That's a 10. That's a patient. That's a 97. And it's going to end a fly ball to left field. Carty makes the catch. So Rennick makes the first out of the inning. He makes the last out of the inning. But the Twins blow up. 6 runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. There were no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Twins 10, Braves 6. Timeout. Welcome back here to Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium. And let me tell you something. This place was jumping 1/2 inning ago. It is dead quiet. Twins 10, Braves 6. Minnesota hangs a 6-pack in the top of the 9th. Joe Grisenda will pitch for Minnesota, lefty. Tony Gonzalez leads off for Atlanta. He bats .212 against left-handed pitching. As now Minnesota will try to close this game out. The Braves led this game 6-1. Tony Gonzalez, the batter. Minnesota. Here's the pitch from Grisenda. It's an 11. It's defense. It's a 50. This one's hit the shortstop. This one's hit the Cardenas. And he's got an A. That's a 50. So we know what that is. That's a ground out. Throws to first. 1 out. That's where that defense comes in for good defensive teams. The batter now is Hank Aaron. This place is dead quiet. Some Twins fans are here in the stands, but Braves fans are just sitting there and can't believe what just happened. Here's the hammer. And what do you got here? Right. And we're gonna see a pitching change. As they're gonna take Grisenda out and bring in a right-hander. And it will be Al Worthington. Even though Aaron bats a little better against the right-handers, he'll be right. So Al Worthington will now pitch for Minnesota. 4 wins, 1 loss, 4.57 ERA. As the left-handed specialist does the job. Where people were playing in 1969, okay, there's no 3-batter rule here. Here's the pitch to Aaron. That's a 3, and that's in his wheelhouse, 75. And that is going to be well hit, high. Well gone. Say goodbye. Hank Aaron blasts a home run right out of here. A 75, and he just got it. He needed a 1-75, and he gets a 75. Hank Aaron hits his first home run of the series. Fans here cheer. And it is now 10-7. But is it still too little too late with 1 out? It's a solo shot by Aaron. But now 10-7 with 1 out. And the batter now is Rico Carty. So Hank Aaron gives us something to cheer for, but down 10-7 now against Minnesota. And Carty the batter. Worthington gives up the base hit, gives up the homer. Let's see if he settles down a bit. Here's the pitch to Carty. It's an 11. It's in play. It's a 19. And Cardi's going to get himself a single. This game is not over yet by any means. Cardi gets a base hit. Cardi had a single earlier. He gets on base. This game is not done yet. Cardi on it first. And now the batter is Cepeda. Cepeda, one has a home run, a single, flown out, and grounded out. Cardi not stealing nothing. You're going to let Cepeda bat. Al Worthington trying to get this game in. Perinoski is the closer. They're going to see, though. They're going to see if Worthington can maybe try to end it here. Cardi on it first. Cepeda on it at the plate. 10-7 now. Here's the pitch. It's a 3. Oh, my God. It's in the wheelhouse. 45. Cepeda. Crack. High fly ball deep to center field. No doubt about this one. We got a one-run ball game. And the fans suddenly have come alive again. It's 10-9. I can't believe this. Cepeda blasts a 2-run homer, his second home run of the game. Second home run in the inning, and now it's 10-9. Who says this game doesn't have offense? Are you kidding me? Here's Clete Boyer. That'll be it for Worthington. He's done, and they're going to go to Perinoski. He's the closer. That's 3 runs allowed by Worthington. He's got to come out. So Ron Perinoski is going to come in. 9 wins, 10 losses, 2.11 ERA, 31 saves. Difference, Boyer bats .296 against lefties compared to the .236 against righties. And still 1 out. 10-9, bottom of the 9th, 1 out. Clete Boyer, the batter. Fans here can't believe it. I can't believe it. And I'm rolling the dice. Here's the pitch to Boyer. It's a 6. It's a patient. It's an 0-9. And the tying run is walked to first base. Boyer draws a walk. I said it already twice. I'll say it again. Why do I get the crazy ones? Boyer on it first. His run rating is a 6. The batter is Bob Didier. He bats .259 against the lefties. He's the catcher. And coming up to pinch hit, let's see. Didier's the catcher. And coming up to pinch hit, do I have another? I have another catcher. Tommy Aaron can do it. Coming into pinch hit for Didier is going to be Felipe Alou. Felipe Alou batted .314 against left-handed pitching. Boyer on at first. 1 out. Alou batted .314 with a homer against lefties. Ron Perinoski trying to close the door. Bottom of the 9th. Twins scored 6 runs in the top of the 9th. The Braves already got 3 in the bottom of the 9th. And still 1 out. Boyer at the first base. Here's the pitch. It's a 7. It's a tough out. It's a tough out, and that is going to be, that's a 17 on Perinoski. 17, so it doesn't matter. I popped it up. That's a pop-up. That was popped up to first. Reese is going to make the play. 2 outs. Alou pops it up. 2 men down. Boyer's still on it first. And the batter now is Gil Garrido, who bats .240 against the lefties. He's your shortstop. They're going to give him bat. Oh, my. Garrido has 2 base hits tonight, flown out and grounded out. The Braves will still check to make sure if there's anybody they can bring in to pinch hit. Although I really don't think so. No. Garrido, it's up to him. Twins 10, Braves 9, bottom of the 9th. Tying run at first, 2 outs. Perinoski trying to get the game done. Garrido at the plate. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a 4. It's a patient. It's a 93. And that is grounded to shortstop. Cardenas gets it, throws to second. That's the ball game. The Twins complete an unbelievable comeback. Although they had to fight for it, that's it. Twins 10, Braves 9 in an unbelievable 9th inning. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. And we'll be right back with a recap after this. So after checking my records and finding out how this game went, Minnesota, 10 runs, 15 hits, 1 error. Atlanta, 9 runs, 17 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher is Woodson. Upshaw gets the loss, and Perinoski gets the save. What an amazing Game 3, people. I can only imagine what tomorrow's night's going to be like. Why are that? I go ahead and get this game, and all of a sudden, I'm getting these wacky matchups. People, if you watched all this, I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow night's game will be streamed. It will either be late afternoon or early evening, so set your subscriptions and make sure that you know that when I start streaming, you turn right to my channel to watch it. Saturday Night Baseball, Game 4 of the 1969 Run-Up Series. It will be the Minnesota Twins versus the Atlanta Braves, and the Twins now take a 2-1 series lead. That's it here from Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium. I hope you enjoyed it. Everyone, stay healthy, stay safe. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night.